Hi, and welcome to the Managing Disruption training video. My name is Sarah Martin, the Student Services Teacher on Special Assignment for Palm Springs Unified School District. Here is the flow for today's training video. One thing I want to point out before we get into the video is that behavior is communication. Disruptive behavior is defined as conduct that materially and substantially interferes with or obstructs the teaching or learning process in the context of a classroom or educational setting. Now we're going to take a look at some proactive strategies that we can use before challenging behaviors begin. Proactive strategies start with our mindset. We need to keep in mind that the student's behavior is challenging, not the student. Challenging behavior produces a desired outcome for the student. Challenging behavior can be changed, and that challenging behavior can be reduced by changing variables within the current environment that trigger and support the student's behavior. The kids aren't just giving you a hard time, they are having a hard time. So let's take a look at what causes the behavior. These are also known as setting events. The behavior could be a result of the immediate environment, such as the classroom or weather, circumstances outside of the classroom, such as home, family, or relationships, the student's emotional well-being, or simply boredom. Some strategies to use are providing extra attention to the students, warning of schedule or activity changes, classroom management strategies, providing clear expectations, priming, and visuals. Priming is a preventative strategy used to prepare children for a situation or task by providing them with relevant information beforehand. Priming allows students to preview what is coming up in order to prepare them, and this helps them with setting expectations, transitions, and new events. Priming looks like the use of visual checklists, social stories, videos, and verbal reminders. You want to use priming when the student has difficulty adapting to new learning situations, difficulty with transition, presents avoidance behavior when presented with materials or tasks, or has difficulty interacting with adults and peers. Visual supports are concrete cues that provide information about an activity, routine, or expectation. They support skill acquisition and demonstration. Visual supports are commonly used to organize learning environments, establish expectations around activities, routines, or behaviors, provide cues, reminders, or prompts, and preparation for instruction. I want to point out that we do have shared resources for Palm Springs Unified teachers on our website, psusd.us. You go to Student Support Services and then scroll down to All Student Support Services and then click on Behavior Support Team. Here, you'll see a staff resource folder link, and you will find a lot of shared resources that may be beneficial for you to use. Now we'll take a look at some reactive strategies that you can use to support students during challenging behaviors. You want to use these strategies during or as a result of the behavior. They include planned ignoring, redirection, choices, breaks are better, and self-awareness and self-management strategies. Planned ignoring or extinction is not paying attention to a problem behavior in order to decrease the behavior in the future. It shifts the way that you respond to a student's behavior. It's useful for annoying but harmless behaviors. When you ignore a behavior, do not look at or talk to the student. Ignore the behavior for as long as the behavior continues. Use descriptive praise once the behavior has stopped. Something to note is that the behavior will almost always get worse before it gets better. Next, we'll take a look at redirection. Redirection is defined as a quick, in-the-moment strategy that gives corrective feedback to students. You want to get the students' attention using a calm tone, neutral body language, and clear, concise wording, leaving less room for confusion. Redirection can be verbal, physical, a cue, or proximal attention. Redirection can be as simple as asking the student to tell you what time it is because they have to stop the behavior they are exhibiting and look at the clock to tell you the time. Another idea is to have the student sort something for you because sorting requires a different way of thinking. The next reactive strategy we will look at is choices. This is a simple strategy that's very effective. Provide the student with a choice when behavior is occurring. The choices could include something like, would you like to do math or writing? Do you want to take a break with Mrs. Martin or Miss Hio? Do you want to go to the Peace Corner or sit in the teacher's chair? You may also think about using providing choices as a preventative, proactive strategy. First, you would identify when a student's problem behavior is likely to occur. Determine appropriate and realistic choices that can be presented during those times. Present the choices to the student during the scheduled times. Honor the choice made by the student immediately and provide positive reinforcement to the student for making a choice. So if you know that a student struggles with misbehavior and disruption when they enter the classroom from lunch recess, you may have a couple choices ready to present to them. Another strategy that is worth considering is breaks are better. This intervention helps the student manage the frustration related to lack of want or skill. If breaks are available, students may engage in less escape, attention-seeking behavior, cease problem behavior, request breaks less often than they would exhibit the escape or attention-seeking behavior. It also provides increased reinforcement for asking for assistance and taking a break, and the break activities are determined before the student requests a break. As always, I want to mention the importance of teaching students self-management and self-awareness strategies. We want to teach the student how to use these strategies before misbehavior occurs and remind them to use the strategies during that behavior. The last thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to collaborate with your colleagues. Talk to them about what strategies have been effective for them, or have them come into your classroom to observe and provide you feedback. Finally, I would like to present a quote for you to read as an optimistic closure to this training video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this training video. Please reach out to me or leave comments below if you have any questions or comments.